at literally the birthplace of dry fly fishing. The Avon River is famous because the pheasant tail nymph was developed here, but also literally it was a place that dry fly fishing was invented. So you find yourself in London and your buddy wants to show you some of the fly fishing in the UK. Most of the time you're going to see one of three styles of fly fishing. Because the salmon water and most of the trout fishing on rivers is private, the average trout fisherman in the UK fishes in a lake. These guys have really made lake fishing into a science. They'll have 3 or 4 different rods rigged up with different sink rate lines, and they plant them with huge rainbow trout. It's a managed fishery, and it's usual for you to hook fish between 3 and 5 pounds. That's what you expect, and sometimes they get fish over 10 pounds in these lakes. The second style of fishing was invented in the UK, and it's still the primary method people use for fishing for Atlantic salmon. It's cool to watch a traditional salmon fisherman fishing with a two-handed rod. In their part of the world, Atlantic salmon fishing is done primarily with a floating line, as opposed to some of the Skagit and super heavy sink tip style fishing we associate with two-handed rods. Nothing looks cooler than to see a really good spey caster chucking out long casts for Atlantic salmon at the foot of what amounts to the drawbridge to the castle.
There's a bigger one in there.
No, that's about the right size. That's
right
it.
size?
Yeah.
Swap them over for the...
Yeah, swap them for that one.
That's going to be too big.
Yeah, I think so. That's the worst clear, isn't it? Take that one. Seagull shrimp. Ruby red shrimp. Caught me several fish this week. But he might move up, so he might... He's just humped there.
It's fun to kind of see the camaraderie among salmon fishermen in the UK. You'll get the old gilly who's been guiding that section of the river for 40 or 50 years. With his pipe puffing away, looking at the collection of flies, most of them doubles, and how they'll talk about the fish that they caught 22 years ago on the willy gun, or pointing out a section of the river that you're going to fish for Atlantic salmon. And I think other than the material the rod's made out of, and perhaps the material the fly line's made out of, nothing's changed here for 100 years. And the third type of fishing would be dry fly fishing on some of the famous chalk streams. Literally, this is the birthplace of fly fishing. Over 100 years ago, they invented dry fly fishing on some of these famous rivers in the UK. Most of the rivers there are going to be private. And the rules, upstream dry fly fishing, I mean, are you serious? This is the kind of stuff you only read about in old leather books. So when you're on the Avon River, I mean, it's manicured. It's kind of surreal. You're sitting there looking at fish, sipping little dry flies, and any moment you feel like a guy's gonna come up on a horse with a knight's armor on, asking you whether you got permission from the Queen to fish her private section of dry fly water. And there's a few rules you need to know. And when you look around and you see the manicured grass and the benches, and it really sets the tone for what these rules represent. They represent the epitome of dry fly fishing. On the Avon, you can't cast downstream. All your casts need to be upstream. And you have to use a dry fly. So you see these fish sipping that you know you want to like chuck a woolly bugger and swing through. I'm sorry, sir. You're in England. This is civilized sport. Upstream dry fly fishing only. Avon River is famous for upstream dry fly fishing to good-sized fish. And the cool thing was, you'd come around the corner, you could stalk your fish, make a cast. If you screwed it up, you'd put them down. These were not stupid fish. But when you did it right, you'd stick some nice-sized fish in this river. These guys take it so seriously. They talk about thermoclines and which direction the wind is going versus the sun. I mean, it's almost like Jacques Cousteau with an English accent. They are the most serious, crazed trout fishermen you'll ever meet.